when I came to Albania, it was a quite tricky start because officially my job was starting in 2020, but my first impression was when I came 2019, I was coming for an handover, and it was the time of the big earthquake. So I first had the first earthquake. Then when I came back the second time, it was the outbreak of Corona. So this was a really tough start, and the first impression of the country was, of course, totally different to the one I have now. It was like chaos, very frightened people. I couldn't meet directly with the people in the countries. My first half a year, I never met one of the single partners in person, only online. So this was, from the start, it was maybe a different one than I had it all. So, but going aside this, also I came, and I really have to admit, after now looking back for quite some time, I was a little bit naive, because I was really thinking, okay, I was a little bit prepared about the country, knowing about the history, but still, I always figure out how much the history of the Albanians are influencing what they are doing now. And every time I think I have understood everything and I have understood the histories, I realize, no, I have not. And also how severe and how it's still influencing. I think this is something I really am learning day by day, that there's still...
Can you give me an example? I assume you mean sort of things to do with communism and the trauma that caused.
Yes, it's always like you think, we are discussing about the land rights always, yeah? So for investments and everything, and you think, okay, it's solved somehow, or at least there are, but still it goes back, yeah? So to all these times, so that we are not getting the right land rights for investment, yeah? This is one thing. On the other side, it's, we were just now discussing about where farmers, they never were working on their own in the communism time. They only were state-owned farmers. They had a totally different idea of what farming is, yeah, and agricultural business is, and what about innovation, all these things. And they really have to shift and to understand what it is. And I was just now the weekend spending in the wineries, and I also learned how much the change of mindset it was needed to really come up with this now really modern, innovative wineries, and that it takes a longer time. Yeah? It's not...
I heard, I was speaking to someone who works with the production of medicinal herbs in the north of Albania, and he has sort of his big factory, and he works with lots of smaller farmers. And he said one of the biggest struggles that he has had is trying to get people to work in a cooperation together, in a collaboration together, because they're sort of traumatized by the cooperative sort of mentality of communism that was forced on them. And now they're hesitant to work together because it kind of reminds them of back then. You know, he said this is the struggle that he has today.
And I do remember when I came here and was thinking, why are there no cooperatives? I was, no, don't mention the word, Sonja. Don't mention it. Yeah. So I mean, really, this was always these traps. And I mean, also that this country is so fragmented. Of course, it's because of the communism, and we always have to understand why is it so hard to get a big block for a supermarket chain who wants to invest.